welcome to my channel, Totally Spines. In today's video, I am going to be doing a January wrap-up. If I sound kind of nasally today, I apologize, or I just sound down. I don't feel so well today, but I really wanted to do this video and get it up for the channel today. Okay, today's Friday. If you happen to see it on Friday, I filmed it today. I already technically filmed it, but I didn't like the lighting, so I'm starting over. So yeah. Okay, so I don't know how many books that I read this past January. I'll put the number on the screen, but nonetheless, though, let us get into it. I'm gonna start with the books that I read on my Kindle and then go from there. So the first book that I read was Brutal by A.J. Merlin. I gave it 4 stars. It's the second book in the series. I forgot the name of the series, but yeah, it's the second one. Next one is Dirty Letters by V. Keeland and Penelope Ward. I gave this one 4 stars. Next one I read is Brutal Air by Eden O'Neill. I gave this 3 stars. Followed up by Overprotective Stalker by Casey Hart. I gave this 3 stars. It is a novella. I tend to read just a bunch of random novellas as a palate cleanser in between books, like if I'm falling into a slump. So, like, just don't judge me with the novellas, okay? You're going to be hearing some very interesting ones, okay, by the same author. So, just mind your business. The next one, okay, I'm just going to put all of the books on the screen. It's all from the same author. It's 3 books in the series. I'm just going to go off of the last one, The Queen of Quintessence. As a series, overall, I gave it a 4. But, you know, I might give it like a 3.75 to a 4. So there's that. Next book is Bite of Loyalty by R.L. Calder. I gave this like a 3.75. It's book 1 of a series. I think there's 4 books in the series. The 4th one is not out yet. I think I'm reading the 2nd one right now. So yeah, I give that scoring. Okay. The Last Ether and The Last Elemental, that's part of the series I was just talking about by Tessa Hale. My Secret Santa, My Stalker by Casey Hart. I gave it a 3.75. My Modern Viking Stalker by Casey Hart. I gave that a 3. These next 2 books are part of a series, a trilogy really. The 3rd one is not out yet. I read From the Darkness and From the Ashes by Lynn Rise. Overall, I would probably give it a 4 for the series, but I've only read 2 of the books. It is like a bully reverse harem romance type of situation, and I would say like the guys didn't bully her too hard. It's other people that did it. So, but nonetheless, they encouraged it kind of. So it was just, it feels kind of, I wouldn't suggest it, especially what happens to the main character in the 2nd book. I wouldn't recommend this kind of book, but yeah, there's that. Till Death Do I Stalk by Simone Black. I give that one a 3 stars. Soulmate Stalker by Cassie Hart, 3 stars. If you really are figuring out where I'm going with this. Okay, Hunted by Adrian Anders. I gave this a 3 stars. Next is Pretty Savages by Steph Macca. I gave 4 stars. It's the 2nd book in the series. It's a taboo stepbrother situation, so, you know, I know people are not okay with that. And I think that is all as far as my Kindle reads. Okay, first physical book that I read was The Genesis Wars by Akima Don Bauman. It's the second book in the Infinity Court series. I gave this book a 5 out of 5. Maybe I'm a little biased with it because I know some people didn't like the beginning of the story because they felt like it was dragging on too long, but I feel like the pacing for it was important. So that's why I didn't mind it. I really love this story and how Nami is progressing as a character and how she wants something, and I like how in this series that the hero does not win. Essentially, you're gonna have to fight for it, kind of thing. So I'm pretty sure there's a third one. It hasn't been announced yet, but yeah, I love the series so far. Next one is The Night She Disappeared by April Henry. I absolutely love this one. I gave it a 4.75 stars. If you want a fast-paced thriller, trust me, read this. Okay, it's from page 1 automatically. It goes 0 to 1,000 real quick. Like, I recommend that if you want a fast-paced thriller. It's a YA thriller. Next is Bad Witch Burning by Jessica Lewis. I gave this a 4. I liked it. Oh, there were some creep factors for sure with the people coming back from the dead, but because like it's so like later on I understand why they were creepy in a certain way, but yeah, I'm just letting you know. I give this a 4. Next is Virtually Yours by Sarvinas Tash. I probably said her name wrong. But I gave this book a 3, which is interesting because the premise for it is interesting. The main character, Miriam, her boyfriend breaks up with her, and, you know, of course she's very sad. She really loves him, and then she feels like it's a second chance, essentially, when she goes to this virtual dating service, and one of her matches, she gets 3 matches, and one of them happens to be her ex-boyfriend. So she catfishes him into, you know, whatever, and it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Interesting enough, you know, she corrects her behavior and all that other stuff, but nonetheless, though, I personally, I did not like Miriam at all. I like everybody else in this book, even the ex-boyfriend, more than I liked Miriam. That's how much I did not like her, and that's why I probably I gave this book a 3. So yeah. Next is Lori D. Davila's How to Be the Best Third Wheel. I give this book a 5. I annotated the heck out of this book. Like, I did a video of how I annotate. That was like the first time like I highlighted and write in the books. But I recommend this for like a YA romance, first love type of situation. And even though it says Wattpad books, I've read a few Wattpad books. This by far, trust me on this. Okay, if you don't trust anything else, trust this. That it is well written, and you definitely get the feels for sure. This definitely should have won a Waddy Award for sure. It is very well written, and you definitely get the feels of first love. And even though I give this a 5, it's probably going to be a long time before I decide to reread this book because emotions. That's where I'm going to leave it because I can't even say certain things because I'm going to be upset about it. Anyway, moving right along. Next one is Eyes of the Forest by April Henry. I give this a 3.5, maybe 0.75. I've read like probably 4 books by April Henry, and this one I didn't like as much as the other ones. I feel like it was a little slower, even though it's a very short book. It's like 250-ish pages. Personally, I feel like it was slow, even though based on what's going on, like somebody's been kidnapped and then all this other stuff. I feel like it was slow. I feel like I was struggling through it a little bit. That's not the fault of the story or anything. It's just me personally. I'm so used to her books being fast paced, and this one was slower. But if you wanted something slow, but it is pretty fast at the same time, I would recommend Eyes of the Forest. So at the back it says, after a best-selling fantasy writer disappears, only his biggest fan believes he's in danger. Now, instead of rereading his books, she must venture into the real world to uncover the truth. So, yeah, it was a good story. I was just thrown off on how slow it seemed to me. But yeah. Next is Unchosen by Catherine Blair. I really like this one. I gave it a solid 4. Basically, it's like a dystopian type of apocalypse type of situation. Instead of it being zombies, it's more like enhanced vampire situation. Not vampires, but how people are infected is very interesting and unfortunate. I think I recommended this to somebody in the comments who asked me for a recommendation. I recommend this for a YA adventure or whatever, but personally, it's like 400 pages deep, I believe. No, it's just 400 pages. And personally, I wish it was 200 pages more, like 600 pages. I wish there's more story to it. I really like it though. The people who are infected in this book, the infection is called the Crimson Curse, and how it came to be and how you get infected. Man, you get infected by eye contact. Yeah. Anyway, next up is In Case of Emergency by E.G. Scott. I gave this a solid 4 as well. Yeah, it's multiple POV. It was good. I will say the person that did everything, I was shocked by it, but I feel like they kind of went a little overboard. But nonetheless, it was a good time. It was a good time. Next is, I'm doing a video with this book in there, so maybe in that video I'll be a little more descriptive of what's going on. But yeah, it was a 4. Next up is Hidden Pictures by Jason Rukalak. I'm doing a video with this book too, so I'm not going to go too much into it. I think I already recorded my reaction to it and my scoring, but now that I've sit with it for a bit, I'm going to give it a 4. It's a good time for sure. It's a good time. But as far as what's going on, like why it happened and stuff like that, it's a very basic thriller. I understand how it got an award and stuff like that, because like I said, it's a good time. But if you've seen certain thrillers where somebody new was coming into this house and paranormal stuff is happening, I feel like it's been done too many times, kind of thing. And I'm going to leave it at that. I also read Cupid's Match by Lauren Palferman. I think that's how you say her name. Anyway, I give it a 2.75, maybe a 3. It was a very quick read. I give it that, but I did not like this book, and it's book 1 of a trilogy, which I will not be reading. Okay, thank you. So yeah, those are all the books that I read for the month of January. Again, I'll put the number on the screen because offhand I can't really think. I can't really think right now, so I don't know how many books. So yeah, that's that. Thank you so much for coming through. Like the video. For more videos, I guess, let me know your thoughts. Essentially, comment down below if you've read any of these books and how would you rate them, and subscribe. I would really appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.